The aim of the session is, well, there are two aims to it, really. The first one is to show you how to teach addition and subtraction with your numeracy classes. The other one is to show you just in general how we go about teaching numeracy, and the idea is that you will take from this some transferable skills, and if you can do addition and subtraction, you'll then be able to do multiplication, division, or other things like that. So just give you an idea of the sort of things that you could be doing with your class. So for the purposes of this, some of the time you will be my class and I will be teaching you. Other times we'll take it up a level and look at the theory behind it. So we're just going to start with a little game, actually. So I'm going to give everybody some cards. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, about 4 each. It works. Yeah, it works out perfectly. Right, what I'd like you to do is... actually, this works best if we're standing up in a circle. So maybe we could just stand in a circle round this table with your cards. Okay, hold them. Hold your cards. Okay, have you got 5 there, Margaret?
No. I have.
Okay, let's give one back to Lucy and give me one. All right. Okay, right, this is called a loop. All right, and... basically, one person starts, they read out the question at the bottom, and I will read mine. It says, who has 9 plus 4? So please look at your top answer. It says, I have. And if you've got the correct answer, please read it out. So who has 9 plus 4? Look at, no, you've got 4 cards there. You've got 4 cards. Yeah. Has anybody got?
I've got 5.
No, what are we looking for? 9 plus 4. 13. We're looking for 13. Has anybody got a card that says I have 13? Ranald, look. Okay, right. Okay, so now read out what...
Say 9 plus 4.
No, it doesn't. You're right. Now read out what it says at the bottom.
Who has 17 plus 8?
Okay, who has 17 plus 8? What is 17 plus 8?
17 plus 8? 25.
Yes, who's
Have
got...
you got that?
Oh, yeah.
You've got it. Oh, lucky you. Okay, go on then. So read it
Who
out.
has 8 plus 3?
I hope you haven't got that one as well.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, Lucy. Right, keep going. Well shuffled, Joe. Well shuffled.
Who has 11 plus 5? I don't have that.
I have 16.
Okay, right. So
Who has 2 plus 2? Oh, it's me. I have 4.
go on. I shuffled them. It's amazing. Yeah, go on.
Who has 17 plus 6? Oh, it's me.
In a class, they'd only have 1 or 2 each. It wouldn't happen. Yeah.
Who has 11 plus 8? Oh, it's me again.
It's getting everyone laughing.
Who has 2 plus 4?
Oh, me.
Go on then.
Who has
No, read out your answer. Read out your answer. Who-
6?
Okay, I have 6.
I have 6.
Okay.
Who has 8 plus 1?
Yes, I have. Okay.
Read out your answer.
I have 9.
Good.
Who has 12 plus 12? I have 24. Who has 15 plus 6?
Oh, sorry, I have 21. It was 5 and 12.
I have 17. Who has 20 plus 8?
I have 28.
Oh.
Who has 9 plus 5? I have 14. Who has 18 plus 12?
Not me.
18 plus 12. Anybody got it?
No.
What was it again?
18 plus 12 makes 30.
It does.
Oh, I have. Sorry.
This is the last time you get cross with your students for not paying attention, huh?
True. I have 30. Who has 3 plus 4? I have 7. Who has 13 plus 14?
I have 27. Who has 2 plus 10?
I have 12. Who has 9 plus 11?
Oh, 9 plus 11. I have 20. Who has 1 plus 4?
I have 5. Who has 15 plus 14? I have. I have 29. Who has 7 plus 8?
I have 15. Who was naughty 2? I have 2. Who was 17 and 15?
Huh?
17 and 15.
17, sorry, 17 and 5.
17 and 5. Oh, I have 22. Who has 1 plus 2? I hope it's not me.
You've had
Yes,
one.
I have 3. Obviously, I'm at the bottom of the count. Who has 4 plus 4?
I have. Who has 3 plus 7?
I have 10. Who has 21 plus 5?
I have 26. Who was Norton 1?
I have 1. Who has 12 plus 6?
I have 18. Okay, and that should finish off the loop. All right. That's called a loop
nice.
game. Okay, right. So come and sit down. Give me the cards back. Lovely. Because you come back to the person who started.
The teacher
Yeah.
says that.
Yeah, the teacher says so. But with this loop, actually, you can start it anywhere. I've got some others, some division ones, and that will say start card and end card, so you'd know. And I've got a multiplication one. You can make them yourself, but I've got some here, which everyone's welcome to use. If you want to make your own, there's a website, funnily enough. Okay, so that's just to get you started. Nice, easy, lots of language, lots of talking. Who has? I have. And you could do he has or she has or we have as well. So there's lots of language that you could get from it. Okay, what I'm going to do is give each table a function. You guys can have addition. You guys can have subtraction. The first thing I want you to do, and I do this with every kind of maths that I teach, is to, in your groups, discuss when do we use subtraction or addition in our everyday life. Because the whole point of the numeracy is that it's going to help them in their everyday life. So why do they need to know addition and subtraction? So 2 minutes, just in your groups, maybe one person make a list if you want, or you can even write it on the sheet, actually. When would you use addition or when would you use subtraction? Okay, just have 2 minutes to brainstorm in your group, all right?
Adding up our annual total.
This is being recorded.
Shockingly.
Marking? Yeah,
Helping
like
children at
this
school.
diagrams,
Helping children at school.
like in some
Yeah, they're doing that with their own maths, yeah.
I think the number of eggs we have.
For them.
Calculating number of food.
How many shoes we have.
How many socks?
Not many.
When did you last count the socks that you had? I mean... Ah.
Actually, I do. I wouldn't count pairs. I have any sock. So you're still adding.
I mean, we're always happy.
Yeah, exactly.
House.
Also, what are timings?
Right, I'm going to stop you because you've got loads of ideas and we need to come back together. So, I'm just going to pop it up here on the board. So if we go to addition first, what sort of, let's just get some of the things where we would use addition in an everyday situation.
Helping children at school.
Yes, and that should come up every single time that you're teaching math. This will help you to help your kids. So, yes.
Adding up bills.
Yeah, so we could just say, depending on the level,
Yeah.
you'd adapt your language, but we'll just say household finances. Good. Okay, something else from somebody else?
At work, I mean, for us,
Yeah.
doing our hours and
Registers.
registers, yeah.
Yes. How many? Oh, yeah. How many students
Yeah.
comes today?
Okay, good. Anything else that you can think of? Big one missing. Well, not so. No.
How many people are coming
Shopping.
to
Let's
dinner?
say shopping. Yeah. Can see you entertain more than others. Yeah, I never have to count more than about 2, so it's all right. Brilliant. Okay, subtraction. What sort of things have you guys got?
Calculating change.
All right. Yeah. Big one. Yeah. Good.
For using the house, like cooking times, making up recipes, you need to know the
Yes.
exact portion.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Right, so-
Calculating taxable income.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, you know, obviously, you know, what the things the students come up with, but as much as possible. So the aim of this, obviously, is to show the students, yes, there is a reason for doing this. Okay, so now we can move forward. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is, yeah.
Calculating the budget.
Yes.
Household budget.
Yes, I mean, the finances would go into both. The shopping would go, well, the change from the shopping. There are lots and lots and lots of reasons, and you'll find they're saying travelling, and they need to get from A to B, so they're adding on time, and it will bring in all the different things. Right, what I want you to do now is, with the same word that you've got, could swap, I suppose, but let's keep the same one. Think of as many different words that you can that mean subtract or subtraction or add or addition. Okay, just brainstorm the vocabulary that we're going to need now. Okay, off you go.
Yes, subtraction will be taken away now.
Total.
Minus.
Total. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Difference.
Hang on a minute, you'll find out. Yeah, that's good, Lucy. Yeah.
Leftover.
Addition.
Remaining.
Remaining.
Remainder.
Remainder.
Yeah, addition's easy in any case. Right, okay, so again, let's, I want to keep things moving, all right, so we won't spend too long on it. So let's start with subtraction this time. What sort of words did you get for that we could use? So we've obviously got subtraction. Okay, what else have we got?
Take away.
Okay, so take away, yeah,
Minus.
yeah,
From.
Deduct.
yeah. This is definitely a L2 class, yeah. Left. That's always a good one, isn't it? Left. Lots of language discussion there, left, right. And in fact, it's a very common question, how many are left? And they're thinking, right, left. So be aware of that one. Okay.
Difference.
Remain. Difference. Obviously, with the higher levels, you can say, what's the verb from subtraction? It would be...
Or even remainder.
Yeah, to subtract. Yeah, again, depending on the level, you'll get more or less from the class and you'll know when to stop it. If they're giving it to you, you can keep it going. If not, then obviously stop it. Okay, and addition, what have we got for addition?
Add.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it, really.
Right, okay, can anybody add in some more? Yes, okay. And similar to total, you might be looking at the... Good. And another one that they really like to ask is...
Altogether.
Yeah, okay. It's a nice way to do it, by the way, in anything. Just start to write the word and stop and let them finish it off. It works in English as well. So we've got lots of different words, but these...
Sorry,
Yeah.
Sorry, you have and. So
Yeah.
To and to and the word could be addition, isn't it? The word and is like.
Yes, that's why it's there, absolutely. Because it's very important, all the questions, that you're never going to have just a straight question. There's always going to be language around it. If they can recognise the language, then they'll know what to do. So it is quite important that they get all of those different things together. Okay, what I'd like you to do is... Claudia, just give me a digit, a number.
3.
Okay, Margaret.
7.
David.
9.
Okay, Lorna.
4.
Lucy. And Ranald.
8.
8. Okay, can you do that for me on your mini whiteboards? Nice and big so that everybody can see, please. Show all your working. Right, and then hold them up in front of the camera, preferably, would be great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Have you got all your working there?
For a moment.
Okay. Just have a look at them. Just hold them up and hold them still.
No working.
Okay. You didn't put. Do you want to do it again, Margaret, with some working? Why not? Okay, it's important to point out to them. They get marks for their working, so it's important.
It's interesting.
Right. Okay, Lucy, go on.
You put the 1 over on the bottom, and I put it on the top. So I would-
Absolutely. So if I take these two, okay, if I take these two, Randall, just put yours down a sec. Put it down a minute. So obviously everybody's got the same answer, though that wouldn't necessarily be obvious in a class. All right, but we can see that the working is slightly different. There's a third one. Okay, so Lucy, where were you taught to do your maths?
In Malaysia.
In Malaysia. So
The British way.
this is the Malaysian one.
The Cambridge way.
Debbie, this one's yours. The Manchester way, and this is the London way. All right. It's interesting. I wasn't expecting this much variety with addition. When you get onto division and multiplication, it's fascinating. And the cultural differences are phenomenal. You won't see them at E1, E2 because they don't have to do very much. But if you're doing it at E3, L1, it's a very, very interesting lesson just to compare. What would the lesson be here that we'd be saying? Everybody's done it differently, but they all come out with the same answer, so it doesn't matter. Okay? Okay. Yeah, go on.
I didn't realise that children in school today only learn up to their 10 times table because our money is now in tens, whereas when I was in school, it was all to do with 12s.
Yeah.
That's quite a big difference.
It is a big
And
difference.
In Europe, of course, their money's always been in 12s.
Yeah.
In 10s, sorry. So they stopped at 10. They don't have their 11 and 12 times. They can work it out, of course, but yeah.
Because of the metric system.
And then that's one way of doing addition, and that's the way that we call the standard way. But actually in schools, they're teaching very different things at the moment. Anybody? David, you're probably the one who sees most what's going on in a primary school at the moment. Any idea what they're doing there?
Well,
What was the sum? Just give it to me again. 379 plus 458. Okay. So what would an alternative way that the kids at school are being taught? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. They'll divide that into 379 and that into 458. Okay, 300 and 400 is 700. 70 and 50 is 120, and 9 and 8 is 17, and then it's, that's not very clear, is it? Which is
I've seen that in the book.
quite a nice way to do it, actually.
But is it any quicker?
Is it any quicker? Maybe.
Is it for the mental arithmetic that's supposed to be easy to do in your head that way?
Possibly. Okay. So that's one way. They call it chunking. Have you seen any other ways? I'm picking on you here, David, because
No.
Well, I suppose, I mean, you can sort of round the numbers up and down. Then
Yeah.
make allowance.
Oh, yeah.
yes, you could, I suppose.
380
Yeah.
plus 460.
Absolutely. Which is easier to do. 840, but I've added on 1 and added on 2, so that's altogether 3, so I need to take the 3 off.
Yeah.
Could work. Yeah. If you've got a lot of numbers that you're adding them up, let's see, 9. Okay. Another way they might suggest to them to do here would be what?
Adding the 10.
Yeah, finding the 10. So you've got 10, 20, 7.
I used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
10,
grandmother
etc.,
used to
etc.,
do
etc.
that.
Your grandmother, that's interesting because that's going back as opposed to going forward. Yeah.
I don't think I learned much at school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I mean, for example, when I mark an IELTS
Yeah.
report or something like
Mhm.
that, and I want to count the words
Yeah.
to check that they've got to the right length.
Yeah.
So I kind of count the words in each paragraph.
Yeah.
Then I add the tens,
Mhm.
the units.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think, again, the message has to go through that we're doing different things, but they all work, and whatever works for you is best. And from experience, they're quite reluctant to try new methods unless they've forgotten the ones they were originally taught. And that obviously happens quite a lot. We've got students who haven't done any maths for years. They're coming back and it's like, well, I never really understood. So maybe I'll try the chunking method. That makes more sense to me. It's something that I can do more easily.
They don't have to use a particular method, it doesn't?
No,
It's
never.
Never,
Never, ever.
Sorry to hear that, do you?
I was asking if they have to use a particular method. If you don't think you're going to show their workings, is
Yeah.
more than acceptable, more than not.
They have to show their working, but even if they haven't carried or anything, it wouldn't make any difference whatsoever. It would be absolute.
Do the books kind of give an ideal way for us to show them, or we just show what we're comfortable with? I'm sort of worried about confusing them. If I'm
Absolutely.
doing that way, I don't really get their way. And
Yes.
There can be all kinds of.
I mean, I think with
confusion
E1 and E2, well, E1 you're only adding up to sort of 10, 20, though I know you have had problems with students being able to do that. Another thing that is really useful is a number line. There are some in the number cupboards, in the numeracy cupboard. You've got from 0 and then just at regular intervals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you've got okay, you've got 2 plus 5. Okay, so we've got 2 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what do I get to? 7. It's a very visual method, but for someone who really can't do it, then that is quite a nice way of doing it, and you're welcome to take the lines out the cupboard, put them up in your classroom even. They're not that many, but yeah, that is an option. I mean, what we normally find is they know how to do this. It's not a problem, it's not difficult. You just want to confirm that they know how to do it and that they're comfortable with it. I think the one thing that is worth mentioning when you're getting to an E3, L1, L2, what is this number? When I say, and if they're reading it out as 458, we need to say it's not a phone number. What is this number? It's 400 and, be strict on the and, 58. And get every time they need to pronounce a number or say a number, make sure they're doing it properly. Because another popular question is, how do you write this number in digits? Or what is this number how do you write this number in words? What is this number in digits? So that you're reinforcing that again and again and again. It's very important. But when we say 458, what do we mean? And that could move on to a lesson looking at what would that be looking at? What have we done here? We've chunked it into what, though? These are all the hundreds, and those are the tens, and those are the units. So it's quite good sometimes to do some kind of activity on the hundreds, tens, and units. The stuff in the book, you can give them just give them the columns, hundreds, tens, and units, give them a number, and they've got to put it into the right place. And you can do this with very big numbers. I'm starting decimals with my L1s tomorrow, so we'll be doing it with tenths and hundredths and thousandths. Can they put it in the right column so they can see exactly what it is? And the importance of keeping things in columns is very, very important. So that's the addition. Right, let's take a little look at subtraction. So where did we get to before? Debbie, a number. Just 5. And Lucy?
60.
And Ranald?
9.
Okay. Claudia, less than 5, please. All right.
8.
7. Okay. Right. Can you do that one for me? Clean your boards and hold it up. Let's see if there's any differences there. Can you hear the discussion that's going on? Oh, yours is different, yours is the same. Oh, look at, oh. So it's a natural thing, and there's a lot of language coming out of it that we shouldn't ignore.
No,
How did you get that? Yeah. Let's have a look at David's.
I make my 5 4.
Oh, I don't.
don't?
No.
Yours is interesting.
Show me your mark.
Do you do 8 from 16? Do you do 8?
Listen to the language. Listen. It's great.
I borrowed
The thing
one
is,
from the
if I do 8 from 16,
Yeah.
whatever,
I did the
can-
other way
And you
I
do
don't
it
know
from
what
the bottom.
confusing
I
it
never
gets.
seen
I
that.
prefer generally to do 8 from 10, plus the number of 10.
Right, okay. So you can see subtraction is usually a harder thing to do, and I think we've got more variety here. So whose was that one? That's Margaret. So yours, you were taught, where were you taught to do subtraction?
At school.
In
London.
In London, okay, so that's a London thing. Sometimes it becomes a generation thing, that different generations are taught different methods as well, so that can be an interesting...
But my children learned the same way that I do.
Right.
When they were at school.
Now the question is, what will the grandchildren be being taught? Yes, okay. Claudia? No, David, which one's yours?
The middle one, the blue one.
Claudia did the same, so you did that one. Okay. And there's and then Lorna's is that one. So you can see people have done all sorts of different things, which is weird, because you wouldn't have thought that you'd be able to get to the same answer by doing it. And everyone looks terribly puzzled by everybody else's. And I was listening to the language. How did you get that? Well, I did this, and then I did that, and I changed this, and I changed that.
Oh, Debbie's got a different one.
Debbie's got a completely different. She's got a 1 down the bottom. Lucy, what did Malaysia do for you? Right, she's got nothing there.
But I was doing it in my head.
Ah.
So take one there and then
Oops.
Oh,
So-
you've got the same one as us.
yeah, I did one before.
Okay. How about this? What did I do there?
Gosh, that's such a long way.
What?
Added. No.
I added.
You added.
I added.
Yeah.
Okay. I started from my 287 and I added on, rounding up to the easiest things to round up to, and then I added them together. Oh God, it's so long. I hate doing subtraction. I don't like it. I'm much happier adding, so that's what I do. I add it on.
To subtract it.
Okay. So that's another
Even
one.
you use that?
Sometimes. If I was doing it in my head, absolutely. If I could write it down, I probably would just do it. I'd do it like this. I'd say 9 take away 7
Yeah.
is 2. 6 take away 8. Oh, but hang on a sec. It's not actually 6, is it? What is it? It's 60. Take away 80. Can I do that? No. So I'm going to... I was taught to do it like that. Borrowed 8 and then 4. Borrowed. Yes. Borrow from the bottom.
When I say borrow from the top.
Yeah, I would always borrow from the top, you see. So borrowing, it's a bit of a stupid word because you're not going to give it back, are you? There's that way, which most of us are doing, but slightly differently. We've got all sorts of different, borrow one, pay back. There's this thing called decomposition, partitioning, which is basically what... using a number line, adding on. So there's lots and lots of different ways. I don't need to go into all of them now. I mean, it's all in a beautifully, very, very, very fat document. If anybody's in the least bit interested, it's here. But again, you can have a similar sort of discussion with your groups about methods and comparing methods. And if the point of the numeracy is, as well as teaching the numeracy, is to develop language, then there's lots and lots of opportunity for language development in this sort of thing. So what would be the next stage? Once you'd had a discussion about different methods, you would hopefully feel comfortable that everybody could do what they needed to do at the level that they were supposed to be doing. If you need to work with somebody in your group who's obviously having difficulty, then that's the time when you need to think, okay, need to go back a stage, get them onto a website, get them doing something a bit easier. What would be the next stage, do you think, then, that you'd need to do with your class?
Some sort of exercise.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd need to do some practice. My suggestion at this stage is possibly just do the number practice. Don't have too much language in there, just to make sure that they can do what they need to be doing. They can work in pairs, they can make up sums. Got a little activity here. Don't even know if it's going to work, but basically each table's got a whole load of numbers and some plus signs and some minus signs and some equal signs. Just see how many different calculations you can make doing with this. Okay, so just tip them out. There's some blank ones there if you want to write some numbers on because it's not quite working for you. Okay, hey, it would have gone on YouTube there. Just see if you can make some sums out of the numbers you've got. So you've got some pluses and some minuses to do some addition, some subtraction. And if you need to, some of them are blank, so you can write, especially signs. If you run out of pluses, you can put them in. They're all there. Okay. Yeah, so there's some spare ones.
Do we do just addition and subtraction?
Yes, please.
Or multiplication
Today,
and division?
there's no multiplication and division signs today, so
Just
okay. So see if you can make something. Those are spares. Yeah. Okay. Right, go on then, get going. We got some? Okay, make sure you've got an equals. And
These are equal.
yeah, you've got. See if you can. Yeah, that would be equal. So have you got an answer to that? You've got 60 plus 22, but have you actually got an answer for it? No. Okay, all right. So see if you can do some complete ones, okay?
So yeah,
Okay.
so they're like dummies. You can say
11, throw a 20, 11 plus 9
Good.
is 20.
20.
Okay, equals.
Equals
Brilliant.
20.
Okay, fantastic. Keep going. See what else you can do. All right. We managed to get anything yet?
No, we haven't yet.
Look at your bigger numbers and see if you can get two numbers that add together to make it. Will probably be quite a good start.
Claudia and I have got one.
Was that 50? There's 11. Is that
22, take away 20.
Yep.
This.
Yay! Fantastic. Okay, good. Yeah, great.
12. No, 16 minus, we could write 12.
Yeah, you can write some numbers on if you're having problems.
16
Enough.
minus. Useless.
Turn that the other way around. Turn it that way around. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got an equals? Yeah, perfect. Is it? Yeah, I mean, ideally, you need to make your answers in a different colour so that it's easier for them to do. But this is just to give you an idea of the sort of thing that you could do. Yeah, try and do a minus one as well, all right? Everybody try and do a minus one.
3 is 20. 26, isn't it?
26.
No, 76 minus 50 is 26. Minus 3 is 23.
23.
So 23.
Yeah, you can make them longer if you want. You got any more?
16.
I've got 45.
Just write it on the card. Write it on
Yeah.
the card. Yeah.
10 equals
Look.
32, yeah?
Oh, we could do 3, couldn't we?
9.
11 and 12.
We've got a
and
takeaway.
7.
Where's the takeaway? 9.
Have that one.
Take away 5 equals 4. Oh, have I taken your equals? Yeah, sorry. Okay, put another equals in. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Are we 26 minus 63?
Does it? Okay. Whatever. All right. So you get the general idea. So you could do something like this.
76 minus 50.
Are we supposed to add first and then subtract?
You can do whatever you want.
It's bottomless, right?
No, yes, but if you're doing that, you're just going in the order.
Oh,
76 minus 53
okay, we do it
plus
in
10.
order.
Yeah, you see, you don't really want to get into that sort of thing. It's not helpful. It will confuse them. Okay, so you could give them something like this. You could give them a paper exercise. Just print out a whole load of questions for the number sums for them to do. You could do it randomly, as I just did you now. Everyone take a number. You could give everybody in the class a number, and then bring up 2 or 4 or 6 of them, and they're standing with their numbers with somebody's a plus sign, and then they've got to find the numbers to make the answer. All sorts of things. You can make it very active. It doesn't have to be just ticking, exercises. That would cover the maths side. If we then want to cover the language side, what would the next step be? And this is pretty much the final step, I suppose. What would the next thing you? Yes, you've got to put yes. Yes, you'd want to put a story into it, if you like. And we call these story sums. And this is what all the work that they're going to be doing in the test would be. There's always a situation. So you could take a sum and together try and write a little story on the board. So if we take, you've got 11 plus 9 equals 20. So we're going down to an E2 level here. Okay, can you think of a situation where you might have 11 and 9?
Well, I had a pet rabbit.
Okay.
The rabbit had 11
There are 11 men in one
That's the end of my story.
class, and finish it off, and 9 women. Okay, full stop. What's the question? How
Many students are there in the class?
Okay, so everybody, you've got some sums there. Would you like to write some stories? I don't think we'll do it, okay? But would you like to write some stories that illustrate your sums, that tell us more about your sums? And this is where the language comes into force. They'll work in pairs. What's a quite nice idea is for them to write their stories, you to go around to check them. You need to check the language more than you need to check the maths. And then if they write them up on paper, onto a big piece of paper, as soon as they're finished, put them up around the classroom. Give each one a number, 1, 2, 3. Send some of them off on a little break if they've done about 3 or 4. Make sure everyone gets something up around the room, that they're all numbered. They come back, they're writing their notebooks 1 to 20, and they have to go round the room. This is question number 3, and it's the answer, and write down the answer 20 in their books. So they're generating the exercises, minimum input from you, maximum input and output from them, which is what we want. You can go round, if somebody's having problems, you can go spend more time with them, work on the number line. If they're good at language, if they're good at maths, they can write harder questions, which makes differentiation, it's just a given, because they will push it as far as they can, and sometimes it's too much. But you'll say, okay, question number 15 and 16 are really difficult, so only have a go at those if you think you can. Lots and lots of language generated from it. If you've just done the past tense, all your stories have got to be in the past tense. Yeah, you've just been talking about the environment, make it related to the environment. It's up to you how much you embed it to a certain extent, but in terms of grammar and topics and things, that there is quite a lot of scope there. Yeah, David, do you want to say something?
I got my one class to make passive sentences after doing large additions or divisions. So it's like, thousands, and 1,500,000, and they have to come up with something, or it was for a population, or 25,000 journeys were made. So I mean,
fantastic.
I didn't, well,
wow.
They've done the maths, but it's just and then just impressive.
And did it work? I mean,
they did actually quite well.
Yeah, Lorna.
Because I'm in a computer room.
Yeah.
1 week One week I did do like that.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it in pairs. Maybe pairs might have been better.
Doesn't
They
matter.
typed out their questions and printed them and put them around the room. And the next week I thought, I'm not doing that again. They did it in a forum.
Right. So do you want to explain a bit more, so that when you say forum, what exactly?
On Moodle, you can set up a forum. And I called it, I don't remember which, I think it must have been subtraction. So I called it subtraction problems or something like that. They knew how to do it because we'd done it in the computer bit of the lesson. They couldn't put their answers. They had to only put the questions and then keep refreshing. And those that were quick, I got them to do the skills-wide games, to wait until the others had caught up, as it were.
Yeah.
And then they went and they had the name of the person who'd written the question. So this time you couldn't number them. You just had to say, well, it was Claudia's question or Margaret's question.
Right. Okay.
And, the same.
Same sort of thing.
The same thing, but in a different form.
Yeah, I mean, Lucy did some really nice ones, and in fact, the reason for, if you've seen the numeracy notice board, the reason for that was that Lucy had typed up all the different things, and I just thought it was a shame that other people couldn't see and appreciate and see what her students had done, which is why I did that.
I was quite surprised because I was quite surprised because they did some of the advanced one, did multiplication and division as well.
Yes.
And I could have even done it better than them. They made some really fantastic stories. I was quite surprised at what they could achieve already without me even having to.
Was it entry 3?
Entry 3.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, of course, with help from Jo when she gave us some quizzes on the, on Moodle. And I gave them the quizzes and they must have looked at it, and I gave them something to help them with. But I didn't do a maths or numeracy lesson.
You really embedded it, yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see how different people are working. Some people are, I mean, Personally, I'm doing about every 4 lessons, 2.5 hours of maths. It works better for me. Other people are doing half an hour here and there. Other people aren't doing very much. Other people are really embedding it, taking the topics that they're doing and say, what maths would this do? And doing it like that. But I don't think that matters. What I want to do, we're going to finish quite soon. Basically, just to sum up, I think the things that you need to be doing when you have a maths class is you want to get them to think of everyday use, whatever topic it is you've chosen. And I'm putting this up for a reason. Whatever topic it is that you've chosen, to think of everyday use. Now, if you go on to Skillswise, any topic that you've got, they've got, let's just take decimals. They've got these really rather nice little, really very nice little videos, why use decimals or why use that. So that is a fantastic listening exercise. Listen and watch and tell me how many reasons did they say in the video why we should be using decimals. They're only, I think that one's about a minute long. We won't watch it now. You've got a 1-minute video. All right, so that's a very, very good way of starting it off. I've had a few problems with stuff loading. You might not have the equipment in your class. It doesn't matter. Just do it as a discussion, as we said. But that is really nice. So everyday use is the first thing I always do. Why do we need to do this? Because I think you've got to put it in a, you've got to give them a reason. Otherwise, like, what's the next thing that we talked about? Do you remember? The vocabulary. So with this, it was just synonyms. But it obviously would depend on the subject. If you're going to do shape or measure, then obviously there's a lot more vocabulary that you need to investigate. That's your language time as well. You can look at verbs and nouns and etc. etc. Okay. Then what's the next thing you're going to do? Probably. Well, yeah, we're going with the vocab, wouldn't it? Before that, you'd want to do the demonstration or the how. How do we do it? And that can come from them as well. But how do we do this? If they don't know how to do it, then you'll need to explain it to them.
I think using the mini whiteboards.
Mini whiteboards are fantastic. They are fantastic. And I'll show you another good way of doing it. And then the last thing would be the practice. And it could be games. It could be just from the book. It could be activities. I often use the mini whiteboards. For example, Skillswise is entry 3 level 1 basically. But if I want to see how we've done, you could do it as a revision the next week or something. I need to. So that everybody gets a go. All right, on your whiteboards, can you write down the answer, please? All right. So,
how many of them you got?
This is the 16 to 18 set, and there's a numeracy set as well in the numeracy cupboard. This sits behind Alice's desks. In here, there's enough for 2 classes because you've got ones like this as well. We do try and keep these. Yeah. If they've run out, just throw them away. Got plenty of rubbers. I've never had a problem getting hold of them. We should be getting some more in as well. But that way, you put it up. They all have to write down the answer. Okay, and I can see, yeah, it's fine, I've taught it fine, or you knew it before. In any case, it doesn't matter. Let's move on to the next one. Off we go. All right. So that way, I mean, the problem, they always call out, but in about 4 weeks, they'll learn that they need to write the answers down. And then they can, you can see it. And what's nice about these, if you check it at the end and you forget it all right, there's a little certificate, and they love to see it. You know, 10 out of 10, well done.
Give them this website to practice.
Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. I think, no, it doesn't matter. I think Skillswise, I mean, I use it all the time. I think it's really, really good for entry 3 level 1.
This is entry level 1.
This is a level 1. Yes, I mean, you can see it's not that difficult is the other thing, is it?
For every topic I do,
yeah.
I add the little link onto Moodle so
yeah.
you can go back
yeah.
to it.
Yes, I mean, because yeah, go on.
And fast finishers can have a go at the games.
Absolutely, because the problem is if they just go to skills-wise is they'll get to the maths and then they'll say, I don't know where to go. So I've also started doing that, putting on Moodle the link direct to whichever one it is to take. Okay. Another very nice activity that works with a lot of them is, it's all on the, you know, the 2 clicks one that I sent you?
Yeah.
It's all on there. Can somebody see one that says dartboard? Ah, there we go. All right, so you can choose what do you want. So we'll just go for the tens and units. That's not a good one, actually. Then you can work through it. Does it do it for you, or you have to do it? So you could work through that with them. It's not such a good one. Hang on a minute. Fractions, etc. I've put the good ones onto 2 clicks because this is all the stuff that I've collected, and I don't think they're particularly helpful to have too many. Of course, now I can't find the one that I want.
There's nice starters of the day as well.
The starters of the day are fantastic. Let me just hang on a
That's
sec.
also from our website. The starters of the day, there's one for every day of the year, I think. So you
Yes,
always-
okay. This is a great website. So this is actually, I've been doing a lot of rounding recently. So again, all right, we need to round this to the nearest 10. Could you write that on your whiteboards, and then you just click it and there it comes up, all right. So again, you can check, or you could just ask different people to do it. What was the one you just said, starter of the day? Okay, it's all on the 2 Clicks website, but that's the dartboard. But go on to 2 Clicks, which is the one that I gave you at the very beginning of the year. Start of the day. You've got 2 ways of doing it. You can go randomly, so you can go on today. It's a bit dodgy, that one. Actually, that's a nice one for my class for Val this afternoon, how many rectangles. But it might be a bit difficult. So the other way to do it is to go to topics. I can work here, can't I? Go to topics. And then it's got the different, so if we're going to arithmetic, that's what we've been doing. And then down here, you'll get all the different activities that you can have a look at, and then see which one's going to work for you. They've also got some different things there. There's a lot on arithmetic, obviously. This is a wonderful, wonderful video. Have we got sound? Is the sound working? Nope. That's because the sound's not working in here. But again, find it. Let's just stop it because it's not getting us anywhere. It's quite easy to understand, and it's these people trying to work out how to do an addition sum. And anything from E3, they'll enjoy it and they'll laugh, and it's very funny. I don't know why the sound's not working. Got these wonderful speakers. Doesn't matter. Okay, you can have a look. That's pretty much what you need to be doing. The following week, do some sort of starter activity from this Transom website as a revision, and you're sorted, to be honest. And my suggestion is that's what you need to do pretty much with any topic that you're doing. Okay, so we've done it with addition and subtraction. You can probably do it with anything. Okay, any questions? Yeah, these ones particular are behind Alice's desk because they belong to the 16 to 18s. The others are in the numeracy cupboard at the bottom. Okay, but use them in your language work as well. They're really, really good, really good. Because then you just at a glance you see it. You know, even with an E1 class, can you all write down the word 8 for me? Well, you'll soon see if they've done their spelling or not. Months of the year. What's the 6th month of the year? Write it down. Hold it up. And then they look at each other's as well, and you'll see them changing things, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But it's a very good way of assessing. So if somebody's coming in to look at you to check assessment, mini whiteboards. Go for it. Okay, short and sweet, but that was the aim. Okay, right. Okay.
Jo,
Yes.
get that misconceptions website. Is it?
It's just go into the Starter of the Day website and maths videos. It really is definitely worth watching. You'll laugh. Okay, thanks very much. Yes.